for sure. This could be the most miserable laning stage this line has ever had.
Yeah.
Axe Podge is really difficult to deal with. You will never be able to really zone him out. Monkey King is also not great against them necessarily, just because his damage output is pretty much
10 seconds
i-
remaining.
it's non-existent in early levels. It's all about the slow
5
really and the
seconds
pressure that you can
remaining.
apply on other lanes. So
Yeah.
I wonder how LGD is really gonna lane this, and I hope that Vici Gaming try to play really aggressive with Punch and Axe and make sure that they get as much out of this laning stage as possible.
Well, I gotta say, I like VG Gaming's draft a little bit better for these reasons that you outlined. It's definitely gonna be on LGD to survive through it again and try to outplay in the mid game, which is a tall order against a team like VG, I suppose. But definitely not outside the realm of possibilities. Game number 2, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, LGD won a 45-minute Naga game just a moment before.
Prepare for battle.
Now they look to maybe try and snag another game off of Vici Gaming. We're sitting at the top of the charts in DPL right now. My name is Dragonjob. I'm joined by Skim.
You know what
And,
could be great, and it just occurred to me. It's actually they could, and well, as I see N moving towards the bottom lane, they could also put the Weaver up against the line and the Ember
oh
Spirit.
yeah,
They could contest the farm. I'm not sure if it's actually better than having the Axe here, but that could be really good. If they have a pseudo tri lane where they have DDC and Weaver and then roaming, and then they have the Axe solo against the Clockwork. There's nothing Clock can do against Axe really 1v1. And if they can contest the farm from the Ember Spirit, they can make sure that Ember Spirit does not have a good laning stage.
yeah. I actually really like this.
To battle.
Ember, not exactly known to be the best laner himself. You've already talked about how the Lion is not going to be able to do too much, even with the Axio. It's really true for anyone. Doesn't have a lot of damage to throw out. It's very slow. Earth Spike, sure, it's a great disable, but it's on a rather long cooldown for these early engagements. And yeah, the even contesting rune already smoked up, and if DC gets off to good frostbite here on aim,
Begins.
not quite fast enough, so just gonna have to settle for the one right click. But they do secure the rune. Meanwhile, Ult
But
11 got the one on top, so
yeah, with Cogs pushing out Yang. Guess
I was like,
that's a little
hey,
bit annoying, but
how's he missing
that's
so much
pretty.
mana? He hasn't even skilled the spell yet, but of course the Cogs push back. Ult 11, yeah, it's just looking to drag the creeps,
Nah,
farm them on the safety
that's
of his own tower.
pretty much the safest thing he can do in order to secure or make sure that he can get a little bit of farm. If Yang, yeah, I think Yang's doing the right thing as well. He's pulling his creep wave to the, or he's pulling the enemy creep wave to his own. It's not gonna work though because Clockwork caught up to that.
It'll be interesting to see creeps clash here at this river entrance. But yeah, not gonna happen like that. I guess Axe doesn't really care too much, or not as much as the other heroes. He can still just farm the creep waves up by his lonesome.
Thing is though, one of the creep chems got blocked by a sentry. He can't even pull that.
Yeah.
And the small chem is not gonna be enough to pull. So this might actually be a really good start for Old 11. I may or may not have underestimated this laning scenario. Though I guess I didn't really account for the whole pull.
Yeah.
One thing.
Well, once the levels start to come out, it might be a little bit more dangerous for him. The calls, extra spins.
Yeah, but Old 11 I think is gonna constantly make sure the spins are always gonna be an issue, but he will unlikely ever have enough mana to go for a call.
Yeah.
Old 11 can always burn through his mana. It's pretty easy against Nax, mostly because he's melee.
So how's his bottom lane going? As you would expect, I suppose. End making ends meet themselves. Taking the CS lead 9-1 as opposed to the 4 CS that AIM has been able to snag away. But yeah, Lion, we already see Yao having to play very, very defensively.
And he
Unable
tried to go for a
yeah.
pull, but there's not really a lot of
This is not really. Might be taking things away from End because he's still sticking lane, but and it's kind of diverting those resources a bit to the supports. That's all it's doing really. Yao cannot contest it.
And End is making it really difficult for Ame to. Well, it's already pretty difficult without a with a Quelling Blade, for example, but and is making sure that he can deny as much as possible. And that's why Ame is sitting at only 6 last hits.
Yeah. Well, HYM sitting in mid, so is Monkey King though. It's both sides looking for a bit of a wraparound when the opposing hero goes a little bit too deep. Problem is Monkey King can only jump so far, and if Ori is sitting in the river, he can't actually reach him with the slow.
This'll come in handy.
Yeah, this is really awkward for both roamers. They're just sitting here. They're sitting behind the enemy mid laner. You know, yeah, maybe I can do something. But the only one that can really do something is HYM, but he gets spotted out.
Yeah. Pinged up by maybe staying close to the left hand side. Nothing would come of that, especially with DDC also rotating in. Guess he can at least jungle farm. But ultimately, you're just wasting some time here.
Yang is now the sentry ran out for Yang, so he can finally pull or attempt to pull. But old 11, he actually cogs himself with Yang.
A lot of damage being done
might
here. Battery
turn
Assault still going for a while. This might be the first blood, and it will be. Almost on roll 11 here if he gotten another spin off before the Battery Assault takes came through, but... Well, this lane now squarely in favor of the small little Clockwork Goblin.
Yeah, it worked out for old 11, but if he had gotten a little bit unlucky,
Oh,
over
TP
lane-
mid, Ori is so low. The last right click will actually be enough. Maybe. 2 points up on an X-Sword, only hitting for 100 damage, give or take. And DDC's rotation didn't change that, so good on them. Another
Alright.
kill going away for LGD, and yeah, if they get this early laning stage, how does this change the dynamic that we
Oh,
were
nice
talking about?
hook.
Oh god, what that is actually gets him down to the low ground. Monkey King has to watch helpless. No boundless strike, no mana for it.
I wouldn't really have done anything anyway, so this is a really good kill for them. But in general, this laning stage is, I guess, it's still going well.
He even dies
for
now.
Vici. Oh,
HYM finds him too, catches up to him, and even with an arcane rune, so hooks for days.
and he
Early
even
seek-
forced out the TP from maybe to that
Yeah.
shrine.
Not the biggest deal, I think, because it's
Yeah.
Creeper is a little bit of a dangerous position anyway. So maybe
Oh,
got
they
the
seem
bounty
TP. They
instead.
seem TP.
Oh no, hook at the ready. Let's throw it out and gets him.
He
Yes,
find
just as he jumps onto the tree. M99, Victoria
Yeah,
unable
they
to
can
go
even
to the
deward
shrine.
sentry.
Oh no, they get it too. Yeah.
So they kill him for 183 gold, and they take another 100 gold because of the sentry. HYM's Pudge. Oh, see, this is why I loved it when they picked him. It's just really enjoyable to watch.
Starting to be super effective as well.
Yeah.
Supports. And he's looking again. He finds Hook, and
Oh,
maybe
another
he's just
hook.
not ready for this at night time. Now
He
raises
doesn't have
here
a
and
gold-
there. Not
gold
enough
spot.
slow anymore, but not enough hook. Another hook, but yeah, he gets close enough. A little bit of extra space there from the Bounder Strike. But it's not enough.
They-
Now Victoria,
they
he
go
might
for
just
Victoria
sacrifice
as well.
himself. A couple of raises here and there. The hook, just a
And-
little bit of a pat on the back, nothing else.
And there's a shrine waiting
Oh,
as a
man.
reward.
This started as 2-0 for LGD, but now Vici Gaming, just on the back of the Pudge, also than anything else, able to get so many things done for themselves.
Top lane, Yang has not been getting lucky with his spins. He tried to go for a call, but he didn't get a single spin off in his call, and actually he's getting ganked now.
Yeah, there's some help coming through. Alt 11, well, there's plenty of dire creeps, and also making rotation through. Yang still starts to fall, but now gets the call off. A couple of spins here and there, and the dunk before he dies himself. Alt 11 now on the TP out. Has Wagner nibbling away at his armor, but not enough damage to actually finish the job. Turns into a 1-for-1 trade. Support for a offlane 3 position. Or safe
I
lane
don't
3
wanna-
position, whatever.
I don't want to rate it off to just luck, or lack thereof, but this axe has not gotten lucky with his spins.
Yeah.
I feel
Kind of
really bad for
goes
him.
both ways at times though, because Clockwork's
Right, of
battery
course, of
assault,
course.
it's maxed out, so if one of these things doesn't hit on
Bottom
the
lane.
target, instead hits on a creep, then you're missing out on quite a lot of value. But
DDC's looking for that frostbite.
he is aimed
Not
at level
sure
6
it's gonna
yet.
be enough to kill him. They might need a punch here.
Now with Frostbite, if Axe is close enough to go for the follow-up call, I think it could be enough.
You definitely want to get a kill on Ame before he hits level 6,
They
but
also want to get a
he's-
kill here on Ori in mid. The hook, though, from HYM puts Old 11 under the tower. Now DDC ready with the Frostbite at the right time. And one raise, not quite enough. The second raise will not actually reach him here past the cogs, so he'll be able to keep himself alive. Now Ame also making a rotation here. Chains on 2. Pudge will die to him, and so does Ori. Aim with a double kill, salvaging his lane situation. Now N wants to try and do the same thing. Hunting for Old 11. He's sitting down lower health, but he also caught a glimpse of every other hero on the side of LGD.
2 heroes solo, and they get a shrine as well to make sure that they are back in full shape. That is really unfortunate for Vici Gaming, but also really good with
Yep.
making sure having a TP this early on, that was really crucial.
Yeah. Even without level 6, and I think he just got that in that fight.
Yeah, he just
It's
got it in the
not a
fight.
common rotation for a level 5 Ember Spirit to make, but yeah, he's just able to walk up, gets his team chains on 2 heroes. Even though it's on level 1, it just was enough to tip the balance with the 3 points up and the Flame Guard also taken away. And now found himself in Invis Rune. Finds DDC and HYM inside the jungle, pings him out, he wants to get the kill. Maybe with a Sunstrike they can finish it off, but would be very dangerous, and AIM might not have survived the aftermath.
And now HYM and DDC smoked up. Don't think this is something that LGD would be expecting, just because they just saw them at the camp. Well, as I say that, maybe he's moving very defensively tree line, so
He got hooked like
perhaps
2 or 3 times this game already. Like he doesn't want to have
he's
that
had
to happen
enough.
again. Yeah. Just one of these things,
Oh.
especially if you haven't played against the Pudge in a while.
HYM.
Oh, he gets a creep. All right.
Just a second too late.
That's one of these things. Maybe you haven't played against the Pudge in a while, and then you just have to get back into the mindset. Oh yeah, there's a Pudge in this game. I don't see him, so I have to be wary of dodging hooks. But now, Yao gets close enough here with that cold snap, Sunstrike to follow with the extra control, and maybe gets his revenge.
Yeah, well played. That's a good kill to have. Having the Pudge off the map makes sure that you can play a little bit safer. Like you said, there's a certain mindset that you need to have against a Pudge.
Yep.
It puts you a little bit at ease knowing that he's dead. But as I say that, he immediately TPs back into the mid lane and he wants blood. He wants Invoker blood.
He does have Ori here with him. Some damage that you need to follow anything up with.
Really interesting decision from Ame to actually TP aggressively against the Weaver. He knows that he can lane against the Weaver now. In the early levels, I think Weaver had the edge just a little bit, but once Flame Guard is up, level 4, it's really difficult for Weaver to deal with this. And if he gets caught out in a chains, he might even need... Actually, yeah, he did use his ultimate for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's on cooldown now. I mean, there's no easy way for Weaver to take the Flame God off. Even with 4 levels in Shikuchi, it's only 150 damage, which is enough for level 1 Flame God, and
It's
about
basically
it.
yeah, it's basically impossible to get rid of Flame for now.
Yeah.
And yeah, he even has a raindrop and he's down to 1 shard.
Sometimes you just burst through those charges so quickly. But he has the Aquila going, has the treads, so not going for the Bootless Weaver build. Realizing that he needs to be a little bit more effective just with the stats and attack speed and whatnot. Now smoked up with HYM and DDC. They're looking for maybe again.
Yeah,
Old
Clockwork's
11
pinging it
also
out,
smoked here, and there it is. They get the hook, but they also follow up hook from Old 11 here, maybe. On a good position on the edge of the fight. Great stun there from Yao. Setting up on a couple of heroes. Old 11 still alive. Now Wukong's command. The lag comes through, but Vici Gaming able to walk out of that AoE before it really affects them. But still, great fight for LGD. They dodge a bullet there, and they even managed to shoot one off themselves.
Old 11 predicted that gank. He pinged out the fact that there was going to be a Pudge the second before he hit the hook.
Yeah.
And that is just really good awareness from LGD in general. They smoked up also just before that, so Vici Gaming was not aware that they were going to be there. And this is just a lot of time wasted for Vici Gaming. They do want to find... I mean, we talked about this in Joff, right? They want to be more aggressive in the landing stage, and they've been trying... HYM has been really effective in the early game, but now for like the last, 3 minutes now, he hasn't really found a kill at all.
Yeah. All of that is time where LGD's heroes get further and further ahead. I mean, even Old 11, he not gets tapped by Old 11, but by N, I want to say. He's been doing quite well in his Clockwork. Already level 9, already found a hook that's been worthwhile. Maybe not as many as you sometimes see in some Clockwork games, but That's worth remembering. This is maybe not the easiest one for him.
Oh,
They
mid
still
lane,
had an
they found a
impact.
kill
That
on
is,
SF.
yeah, just talking about it. Found another,
And-
just as we talked about it, found another one, sold 11.
Yeah.
It's like the reverse caster's curse right there.
And this is the strength of the Clockwork. I guess this is also something we talked about in the draft. You know, he suffers in the laning stage, but when he finds those kills or when he finds those hooks and he gets rewarded with a region rune,
Yeah, Ice struck
yeah.
smiles upon him. So you make good plays, you get rewarded. It's as easy as that. Yeah. I mean, so he's doing well. At the same time, Invoker had the Midas going for a while, so maybe he's right on track. Has the Boots of Travel recipe queued up, so that'll help him bounce around. After that, the Axe, and then things get really problematic. And AIM had quite a horrible lane, really, but he has the Veil up now anyway. Might be looking for his own bots.
The lane wasn't even that bad for him, to be honest. Sure, the first, I want to
Yeah.
say, 2 to 3 minutes were really bad, but then because of the rotations from Pudge and Crystal Main towards the mid lane, Ame was really able to, you know, farm effectively. He actually, when he rotated into mid, he was among the top last hitters as well, so it's really not too bad for him. And this is something that Vici Gaming has to be concerned about because they're not really pulling ahead like they wanted to.
Yep.
In fact, if you look at the net worth, they're actually behind.
Yep.
At least, yeah, they're behind pretty much every account. And this is not great. This is really not good. And Axe, he had a really good laning stage as well, or a semi-good laning stage. He had a fairly early Blink Dagger. I think he picked it up 2 minutes ago. But he hasn't been able to find a kill. They tried to walk up for a kill upstairs on the top lane, didn't find one, and he has just been farming since. So this Blink Dagger is effectively, you know, what do you do with an 11-minute Blink Dagger if you don't go for a kill?
Might as well be a 40-minute blink tag at this point, right? If
Exactly.
you think about it. So yeah, in the bottom lane they tried the same thing. They tried to go for kill. They even propped the scan under the tower, and they did see aim. But once again, the good game sense from LGD came through, and he TP'd out.
It feels a bit reminiscent of the last game where LGD was able to spread the and try to avoid these ganks as much as possible. And now even more so than because they don't even want to look for fights. Because last game, you know, LGD, at least 4 of them wanted to look for a fight and give Ame the space. But in this game, both the Ember Spirit and the Invoker kind of want to farm up a little bit before they want to go for fights. And I guess you could say that Ame is ready now with a Veil, but I think he probably wants the Blink Dagger first.
Yep. Right. Once again, Vici Gaming with this 5-man movement here. They will find something now. They get the taunt just at the edge. He misses the call. Misses the dunk, I should say. But they still get the kill. Old 11 sitting on the side. They do have an Ender Spirit Remnant. Don't really think they want to fight this here without Monkey Gang.
I think they could. DDC or not DDC Yao. I look at Lion and immediately think of DDC. That's one of his signature heroes as well. But yeah, I think they could have fought, and I don't think that if you're LGD you want to give up a tower just like that. Vici Gaming. It feels very reminiscent of the old game, of the last game, where they just grouped up and checked the objectives because they don't really know what to do. Which is kind of weird because they have a completely different lineup, and I think they're very much potent of other things this time around. I think Yang can for sure look for kills on his own, or just together with the Pudge.
Yeah. So far, hasn't really been successful, and as a result, once again, I mean, sound like a bit of a broken record, but LGD is getting all the time in the world that they need. Another region for Old 11. This time not as efficient, but still builds up his mana pool a little bit. Tori even has face boots, and now finds DDC, cutting him off at the very least as he realizes that he might be done goofed. Yeah. Maybe making an appearance, so DDC will take his build. Maybe they can get the... Oh, he's still alive for a little bit longer, forcing them to commit, and that will lead into counter kill on the Monkey King. Ult 11 even forced to hook defensively here. The Bucks still keeping track of him and angling for something more, but then, yeah, don't want to dive into maybe like that.
But look at Vici. They again pull out. They could have, you know, tried to maybe force a fight at the tier 1 tower, but no. They rather want to just play it a bit safe.
Old 11 gets caught. They have enough damage here. The hook will miss. So, oh, nice cogs actually pushing the Hutch away. SF actually gets killed by the rest of LGD. And Old 11, he wins the man fight here with the help of Yao. Now DDC and HYM, they're looking for this lion kill. They will be able to get it, but at what cost, Skim? At what cost? The Wukong's command comes out. They'll get the Pudge. The rest of Vici Gaming forced to try and walk and limp away.
This is not looking good for Vici Gaming. LGD is pulling ahead again in this game, and they're winning these fights with little investment. Really, they don't need to put themselves in any harm. Maybe can just casually Sunstrike and Meteor the SF, and with the Midas as well on their side, it is scary for Vici Gaming that they're falling behind like this. Soon the Midas advantage will kick in as well, and then know what? They're gonna have a Invoker with an Aghanim soon.
Yep. Closer and closer, eclipsing the Shadow Fiend net worth, and this is one of these indications that you always used to be able to look at back when Shadow Fiend was super popular, before the Raze was nerfed, before the jungle was nerfed. Like, you saw Shadow Fiend almost every single game, and you saw the same pattern, right? Jungle stacks that he was able to raise down and then get like 2, 3, 4k ahead compared to everyone else. And this is the kind of place where Shadow Fiend really wants to be, right? You want to be a menace, but even if it gets a little bit harder if you're behind, it's even worse because you feel like you can't do anything. You're not tanky, you don't do a lot of damage, you don't have the freedom in the fight to to be how should I put this? Like to be something for LGD to really worry about. Bottom lane though, okay, HYM finds Okan maybe. No follow-up though. Now the rest of LGD might still even be able to catch him here with Victoria slowing him down, and yeah.
Yeah, this game in general, if you're SF, just to come back to that, SF in general won't feel really great here. All these heroes are really annoying to deal with as an SF. They have so many disables or just spells in general to keep him in check. You know, they have all this crowd control. Again, something that Vici Gaming actually don't have. They only have the Axe and the Pudge again, and I guess the Crystal Maiden, but that's not a lot. Whereas LGD, pretty much every hero has some form of crowd control that makes it really difficult for the SF to really play around. And he just blind TP'd into the shrine. Oh, it's ballsy.
Yeah, Vici know that there were a couple of heroes around here because AIM showed himself. And, well, it works out for them as they have their entire force in this jungle area, and LGD, well, they did not, so they lose Yao.
But yeah, for SF, this is a really difficult game. You're gonna have to pick up a BKB at some point pretty early. Yeah, it's actually queued up as the next item. Imagine having to pick up a BKB as a second item. That's an awful situation to be in. And even then, it's not that great of a pickup because they still have Clockwork Hookshot, which goes through BKB. And the Cogs as well, it's like a really good counter control ability.
Ouch. That didn't take long at all. That was a jump in and triple remnant. Meanwhile, Old 11 finds a hookshot on Yang with a battery assault going. Needs a little bit of extra help though. Sunstrike already used for kill mid. So, I don't know to do that for Yang, but AIM still going strong here. Finds a double chains and Victoria there just in case with a primal spring. And all of a sudden, that's 3 heroes down instead of just 1. Free tier 1. So some extra money going in the hands of maybe and the rest of his team. And
yeah, this is just really well played from LGD. I think Old 11 has been playing well. He's finding these openings, and he's always in the right position, it seems. Like, the way he's been moving, it's always as if he's reading what the enemy is doing. He knows where the enemy supports are, which is really important for him. And it just makes it so... he makes it look really easy. Just the way he finds these hookshot kills makes it really look easy. And it is something that Vici Gaming just need to be more aware of. They need more... I mean, it's going to sound really easy if I say that, but they need more vision for him. And the vision they do currently have is... There's the 2 wards that... Do they really give you information about the work, for example? It's nice defensive vision if you're farming in your jungle, but...
Yeah, that's all it really does.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
This is also the indication that you see that Vici Gaming know what position they're in, and now Old 11, I think he saw the bugs flying across.
I think he did, yeah.
So...
Although I think if he did, I think they would have moved there, wouldn't they? Because I think they can 100% contest.
Yeah, they're smoking it up now, but they're not walking
I don't think they saw it. I don't think they saw it. Otherwise, they wouldn't move like this. Or they expect them to TP to the bottom lane to defend this tower.
Maybe. I mean, Shrine's still up. Maybe. He's the only one showing himself for the time being. Victoria on the side. Plant some water on. Yeah, it looks like that was the plan. But so far, Vici Gaming not falling for that one.
You say that, but Ame, he fights these 2 supports.
Yeah, blinks in, focus on Crystal Main. Sunstrike actually hooked out of it, so they need to throw down another remnant or something else. Try and catch up, but DDC somehow able to walk out of that one. That's on a Crystal Maiden. That's a very impressive feat.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, he's been making a good job of 10 or 11 stick charges.
Yep.
So that was pretty nice. Hold 11. He denies the
Oh
teal
wow!
Has been denied.
What a player.
cheeky little bugger.
Radiant structures
And they can't even punish him for it because Yang can't just blink on him, and because that's just, you know, you're not gonna kill the clockwork like that.
Well, top lane might be a side of something else. Ori is
Oh,
there.
this-
They don't see. Oh, they don't see the Monkey King here. They have this ward up on the high ground. They try to catch him, and they don't quite. And in fact, Zweaver dies first. Now the Hex and Control and Axe keeping him away. Meanwhile, more TP's coming through. They really want to get this kill. TP out. Cold Snap is there from maybe. And with some spins, he actually gets a dunk off on Monkey King. A little bit too close, but
Still a double kill for maybe
yeah,
though.
that's still a very scary situation to find yourself in. Ori was able to extricate himself there at the very least, and don't lose the Aegis just yet. But yeah, it's Vici Gaming. They're the team with the Aegis, but they're still losing fights like this so
Yeah.
decisively.
LGD is just always one step ahead. It was Vici Gaming. They're trying to look for a gank. You know, they have the, but I guess they didn't really account for the Ember Spirit, and the Weaver was just overzealous, got caught out, and that is just Vici Gaming just always sort of like running, you know, running one step behind LGD, trying to catch up. But the hook shot misses. Can they even get Old 11 here?
Old 11, he's very many heroes. Gets the cogs up in good position though. Vici Gaming, they smell blood though. They
He still has a
maybe
hook
want to
shot.
make something happen. Might get Yao instead, I guess.
He has cogs in 2 seconds. I'm not even sure they can get Yao. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they're gonna get away with murder. Not murder, but they're gonna get away regardless. I think LGD want to fight at this tower here. They know that they have the advantage, and
Still is Watty though on the high grounds, and LGD is not spotting that out, so Vici Gaming know exactly what's going on.
yeah, I think
There
if-
it is.
Nah, all right. Hey guys, there might be war here.
Yeah. Oh man. He's still sticking around. That's about it.
If you look at
This-
the net worth, it's actually not that bad. It's what they're 7k behind, or
6,
I guess
7K.
LGD is 7k ahead. But that's not bad considering that is also an advantage of what, 3 towers? Yeah, roughly. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
2 towers. They're 2 towers ahead, or 2 towers behind, I guess.
It's not the end of the world, but like most of the net worth is on the axe, and so far Yang hasn't really been able to get so much done.
Right, but still, it means that in terms of, you know, power levels, I guess, if you want to call it that way, they're not that far behind. You have to also consider that, what, 3k gold is on 2 Midases on LG's side. So, in that sense, Vici Gaming is not behind by that much. And if they were to fight, they were in some...
Hook shot
never
lands here. Sunswear comes through onto HYM, so there'll be casualty any moment now. The Shrine actually keeping alive with Force of Cross and the loving hands of Yao. Now Tornado cancel that ultimate immediately. Wukong's command comes out to finally get the kill, but at what cost? LGD lost 2 heroes, but now AIM starting to clean house. So does maybe
Oh,
a godlike
call
sprint,
on
but the
AIM.
call lands on him. They get the dunk off, and Ori almost dies to the remainder of Wukong's command. Victoria able to weave his way out of there with a TP on the tree, which is still bullshit that you can do that, by the way. In my humble opinion.
That was
That was a good
probably
fight.
the best fight that Vici Gaming could have hoped for. They completely negated the
That was a,
force stuffing Pudge into the shrine.
yeah,
That
that
was
was a
beautiful
beautiful
play.
activation. Who activated that, by the way?
I think
catch it.
End activated it, and then he got force staffed by Ori.
Yeah.
But
That
yeah,
was so
they
clutch.
made sure they isolated the clockwork then and immediately killed him, and then the call onto AIM was really crucial.
Yeah.
At that point, I think AIM was out of remnants anyway, potentially.
Yeah, still, if,
either way-
if he's not called, then like
Yeah.
he can maybe walk out. He can like dodge stuff with his with the, what's it called, with the sleight of fist. It was a beautiful call. Once again, reverse cast curse was just saying how Yang wasn't able to get too much done, and he's proving me wrong. So good on him. And yeah, with that, they get themselves some much needed room to breathe inside of Vici Gaming, equalize some of that gold disadvantage they still have. And especially on the Shadow Fiend, the general trend is still there. He's still falling way behind the Invoker, but now he has his BKB, 1500 gold in the bank. He's able to fight more effectively now, just because he doesn't have to worry about all the control factors coming out from Invoker.
Believe.
What's going on
Oh,
here? Yeah,
Ori
pops a
has to pop the
BKB, turns
BKB.
us around, so maybe he has to dodge this fight. Victoria's sitting there on the side, just keeping tabs on the Vici Gaming. And, okay, just presents himself, Auto
Oh, he
11,
finds
ready
it.
with the hookshot. He actually finds the hook on Monkey King, but the ultimate cancelled by the tornado. Sunstrike will miss. Gang on the side, he gets the call on one. And Wukong's command, once again, trying to turn us around here, creating great area for LGD to fight. And then now aim with a triple render on 3 heroes doing so much damage! Vici Gaming gets blown to pieces just with that, and the last man standing, but maybe right on top of him. Has to try and Shikuchi and literally weave his way out of
Ramen
there,
has
but
him.
no ultimate at the ready. He has Sunstrike after the roots. Invis is not gonna save you from that one, so maybe beyond godlike with that team fight.
Complete team wipe as well. That was
Beautiful
just
Dota.
Vici Gaming completely out of their depths. They shouldn't have fought. The moment they needed to pop the BKB, they should have disengaged. But they were really greedy. I think they thought they were outnumbering LGD for some reason. That's at least the way they were behaving, because they all kept moving towards the enemy. As soon as they popped the BKB, they kept moving towards them, and thinking, I think, all right, we needed to pop the BKB. Let's try and fight this.
Yep.
And then they were desperately looking
Oh,
for
the
some
hook
sort
onto
of
maybe
invasion.
here. But he gets a tornado off before any sort of lockdown can come through. The Lincoln Sphere also helping him out. And now 3 heroes trying to chase down the Invoker, but the QQ walks super fast. And now the hook shot here. They want to fight this here. Aim sitting there, ready to try and jump in. HYM pulled to the low ground by the Cogs. Now he gets blown up while Yang has to deal with the Clockwork, who's been a menace this entire game. Ya also joins the fight. And that's another 3-man wipe. Maybe make it a 4-man here.
Has to
Ori
pop the
once
BKB.
again. It's just this 9-second
Another
shot
hook
down
shot
the
in
drain.
20.
I think he should be fine for now, but what can he really do up against... Okay.
No.
Maybe he's not fine. He has to pop the shrine just to stay alive. LGD diving deep to make this happen, but Sunstrike lands into the Cogs. They get the kill. Another Wukong's
this
command to
GG.
chase End away. And Vici Gaming, the second time in a row, just straight up get outplayed.
I think Vici Gaming got a little bit frustrated at the point, the top lane when they were fighting there. I think they felt like they were just clawing their way back into the game, and then they had to, give LGD this little victory. Oh, they just forced out my fresh BKB charge.